Well, morning. I'm just approaching Goodwood Motor Circuit because there's a Mission Motorsport Day, an invitational day. Came last year, brought the Project 7. This year, bringing the GT2. It's a fantastic event. It's to engage injured servicemen who had to leave the army and how to get them back into industry, back engaged in what really interests them. So we gather together, but you get invited to bring a really sexy car down. They come out with us, and then they go off and meet up with the guys from Mission Motorsport, and they work on placement. Really clever idea. Here we are. Not driven this car on track. I've done Prescott, which I'll have a look at later. I'll put a clip in, but I always feel a slight trepidation when I'm just going into Goodwood. It's such an evocative entrance, and you go through the tunnel because Goodwood is a proper quick circuit. It's narrow, and it's from an age. It's why we all love Goodwood, but it's very different whacking around down the straight at Goodwood to the straight, say, at Silverstone, down Hanger Straight, and great big catchment area, etc. if your brakes go wobbly. Here, no, you're right in the action, really quick, and the group I'm in is extraordinary. We'll have a look round the cars when I get there, but I've noticed there's two McLaren P1s. I'm next door to a friend, Merrick, who's got a Carrera GT, and there's a complete nutcase behind the wheel. He's going to speak to me. I know.
Is the car going on track?
It is on track, so I probably need a sound test, do I?
Yeah, I was going to say, you know the noise test area is,
yeah.
Should be over.
Okay. I think this car's actually going to be alright, actually. And if it's below 98 decibels, you actually get a special sticker and you get more goes. But I like the sound of that one. Yeah, I think that's my group going out there. It's a 620 Caterham's GT3. Oh God, it's going to be quick out on track. There's a 918 here as well. Oh dear me. Anyway, more of that anon. Well, I'm at the Mission Sport Goodwood paddock, and I've been put in this Group 5, which includes some really very special cars. There's a Ferrari 458 Speciale there, 991 GT3 RS in blue, McLaren 650S, and then, of all things to expect in the paddock, Andy Bruce's P1 GTR, somehow with a number plate on it. A very, very special car, not one I'm going to be keeping up going around Goodwood. It really is a 918 down here. And then another friend of mine brings this Carrera GT. Lucky guy's got two Carrera GT, a nice shiny polished one, and then this one that gets regularly exercise on tracks right across Europe, and it's great to see. And then there's my Porsche. They've put GT2 on the plaque. It isn't, as we all know, it's a replica, so I feel I ought to get some apostrophes out with a bit of felt tip and do that. Next door, the Caterham 620S, and then a Porsche Cayman GT4, so a really nice lineup. I've been out on track, and my goodness, that GT2 is a salty bit of kit. I've got to take some brave pills. I was just a complete wuss out there. It's at another level, the grip through the corners, etc. But I ought to give you an update of what work I've had done to it. So I'm going to put it out here, and give you a guided tour around some of the stuff we've done to it recently. Okay, I've pulled the car out. I'm now going to give you a little tour around the car, because there's some time since I've last done the update on this car, and I've spent a fair bit on it and just tweaking it just to get a bit more GT2 goodness into it. Come on, let's have a look. Okay, the differences, the main differences you can probably see is the glass. I went for a full strip of the interior, so this is lightweight glass, and the giveaway on that is there's no rear wiper blade. If you look at a regular 993 turbo, there's a wiper system down here. There's actually a stop light along the top, but that's all gone, and you'll see, you probably can't see in this light, but there's not even a heater element in there. So the other little tricks, you take out the bit feeding into the intercooler, there's no sort of weather protection on that, that's all open. It's really the interior where there's been the major change, because what happened down at Autofarm is they completely stripped out the interior, and I had this bespoke GT2 carpet set made that you have to do it from scratch. You have to take all the insulation out, and it's all done for this particular car, so it's a one-off. You can't buy the package. But I love the way Autofarm did a terrific job, because you have to also make these little boxes here for the seat belts. That's all unique, and they did the red webbing on the seat belts, but a lovely touch. These are all as they were on the 993, even down to the safety labels, so they re-stitch in the safety labels into the new webbing with the red webbing. So that was the big change. Now I've got to decide the next step and whether to actually change the arches, because this is actually GT2 Evo spec with the extended side sills, and it's always slightly bugged me, but because the arches on this aren't original, and they're not quite the right red, which is even more annoying. So do I spend the extra final bit and push to have those sills replaced? I think I'm going to probably do it. Other work I had done was to refurbish the wheels. These are, they look slightly grubby now because we've been out on track, but they're the right grey in the middle, and if I look closer there is speed line etched into them. See if you can see it, there we go. Really nice touch. And also you can tell these are magnesium, because if you put your hand behind and get really grubby, you'll see that they're not ink. The spoke is solid, and that means they're magnesium, which are just a bloody fortune in money. Really nice. I think the main decision I've got to make this winter is whether to do something with the gearbox and the engine. There is, now I've taken all the sound deadening out, I can now hear sort of whine on the gearbox. We're not quite sure what it is. It might be around the diff area, we're not too sure. And this car's always had a bit of an oil leak, so I always travel everywhere with a can of oil. Actually it doesn't seem to use that much. It looks worse than it is, but it does leave little drips underneath, so I always know where I've parked it. It's sort of known as the puppy at home, because it leaves little messes everywhere to mark where it's been. But out on track just now, I'm staggered. I'm up a gear from every other car I've ever taken around here. This is a seriously quick car, and I've got to readjust my limits to get to its limits. I'm going to have another couple of goes this afternoon. I can't wait to get it on track. I did try it at that Prescott Hill Climb, which I'll insert now. I hadn't been to Prescott for 20 years, and the time I did that day was 3 seconds better than I ever done before, with a 20-year gap since I last drove it. That was the car, not me. So highly impressive, a very sorted chassis that I'm really enjoying, being a sort of bitzer car I can make really personal to me. Highly recommend it. Right, time to put it back and get back on track. I'd love to be able to follow Eric through, but I don't think I will. We can try. Let this RS through as well. That was interesting. I think he's just got spiked the noise. I've got a P1 in the mirror. That isn't going to last very long. Yeah, mustn't get sucked in. Yeah. Wow, that's fast. I've got an Aston behind now. This will be quite interesting. He's got more grip than me around there. He can come out a bit quicker. Hasn't got much. Well, that's not often you go on a track day and you come across a P1 GTR and a 918 and a GT12 Aston. What a day, I really enjoyed that. It's the first time I've taken this Porsche GT2 on track. It's going on track again. That was huge fun, analog fun almost. You really have to work it. The car doesn't know anything about understeer. I'm just sensing the grip by the rear, just feel the rear, the front just goes in. It's got a lot of negative on the front of this car. And I just love it. I love it. It's a track weapon. It's just made for this sort of thing, and then I can drive it home at the end of the day. That's what I wanted from this car. Hope you enjoyed this update. Keep watching, keep subscribing, more videos coming along very soon. Bye.